I want anyone who's been through what I've been through or anything similar to know this. It's time to take your power back. It's time to find your voice. It's time to start being happy and living again. This isn't about them. It isn't about anyone else. This is about you. Finding your voice, keeping it, and never letting anyone silence it again. It's about reclaiming your power, loving yourself, and living your life to the fullest. Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Indigo, and welcome to All Things Indigo. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I thank you for joining me. If you've been here more than once, I thank you and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate the newcomers, but thank you and welcome again to those of you who've seen this more than once. Well, seen my videos, who've been here before. That's what I mean. Now let me just say this, right? So first of all, this morning was the first time. Well, okay, it will be. So it will probably be another day, but whatever the case may be, I'm going to say today, right? I, for the first time, looked at one of my videos on my television. Baby, I did not know I was that close to the screen. I don't know, like I'm not great with editing. I'm learning, still baby steps. But I know it has to be a setting on here where I could push it back on the video part. See, I could do it on the pictures, the photo, but on the video, I can't. I'm all up in these people's face. I don't like it. I'm already a lot of love, and my big old face in the way. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoy my videos. I hope you guys, someone at least, will be able to get something out of this. Maybe even just a thought. Just something to think about, inspiration. Just you know even power, like just being empowered, just finding some joy in their life and their personal life. So I appreciate you guys for being here, but without further ado, I would like to talk. I been doing some research and things like that. Also, with through therapy, um, I learned some tools here and there, which I love, especially now, and that I am just trying to be more, um, open, positive, with the things that I can do to help further, um, heal myself. I'm trying to do inner work. I'm trying to, make sure that I, check in with the people I need to check in with, things like that. So the other day, I had a little disagreement with my son, right? Um, and I felt a certain way, It wasn't a big deal or anything like that, but I noticed, over the years, I used to, my reactions weren't that great, right? So, but I've, for the last, couple of months, I've learned to step back, right? But still be feeling some type of way. And there's sometimes I also will, talk about the situation in my room like while I'm by myself, like if we have a disagreement and stuff, because when you have little adults, they always, you tend to bump heads. So, but I would I noticed I would have to talk about it for like an hour or so. Like run it in the hole. I call it running it in the hole, out the hole, through the hole, up the hole, down the hole. Like I would have to talk about it until it's out of my system, right? Um, Not necessarily upset, but kind of like maybe upset. So after the other day when we had the little disagreement, and I felt a little anger about it, I guess. I just wanted to know, like, how do I change how I react to a situation, a disagreement, an argument, if you will. And excuse me, uh, I did some research and things, and that's what I wanted to bring to you guys. Something that may be helpful in the event of you had, a situation, if you have a situation, especially with your loved ones, or even, a coworker, anyone, right? How how would you react to it? How do you respond to it? So this is called learning how to deal with triggering emotions. To avoid dwelling on being upset by someone, try taking a deep breath and moving away from the situation to give yourself space. Practice mindfulness by focusing on the present moment and accepting your feelings without judgment. Then reframe the situation by separating their actions from your reaction. Engage in self care through physical activity, a creative outlet, or connecting with supportive people. And focus on solutions and setting healthy boundaries for future interactions. So, number one is manage the immediate reaction. That's what I did, and it worked. It worked. Let me tell you, it worked wonders. So, let's see. Manage the immediate reaction. Pause and breathe. Before reacting, take a moment to breathe deeply to calm your body and mind. That's what I did that. I did that the other day. So, and it worked. I loved it. Number two, move your body. Engage in physical activity like exercise or walk to release tension and shift your focus. I love that. Create distance. Take a break from the person or situation to give yourself time to process your emotions and think more clearly. Okay. I love that. So, okay. Okay. It's a practice mindfulness. Focus on staying in the present moment and observe your feelings without letting them dictate your actions. Practice mindfulness. Focus on staying in the present moment and observe your feelings without letting them dictate your actions. Okay. Identify and label feelings. Acknowledge and name the emotions you are experiencing, such as anger or hurt without judgment. So they say and acknowledge and name the emotions you are experiencing, such as anger or hurt without judgment. These might be hard for some people who was always, always like, but I hope it helps. Focus on facts, not fears. Separate the person's actions from your interpretations of their behavior. Separate the person's actions from your interpretations of their behavior. Consider other perspectives. Look for alternative explanations for their actions or positive lessons to be learned from the situation. Yeah, this was on another page. Look for alternative explanations for their actions or positive lessons to be learned from the situation. Um, these are actually good tips. Practice self care and healthy habits. Express your emotions. Find a healthy outlet for your feelings, such as journaling or a creative activity. Connect with your support system. Talk to a trusted friend, member, or therapist about what happened. Focus on what you can control. Direct your energy towards things within your influence, such as your own reactions and self care. I love that. So, those are some things. This is a short video. Those are some things that I actually wanted to touch on. It's kind of like boundaries, too. Well, so those are things I wanted to, I just wanted to, you know, convey, the things that I'm learning. I'm learning every day to try to be the best me I can be. Um, and also not react when it's a heated situation that has presented itself. learning to think first, because sometimes you can say things that you can't take back. And even if the person forgives you, they might not never forget, or it still can, especially if it's a loved one. You don't want to hurt a loved one like that, a friend, a close friend, anybody, that you care about, really anybody. But so those are some things that I'm learning and working, I have learned and I'm learning and working on. um and I, like I said, I did it the other day. I took a step back and I breathe. I took deep breaths, and I focused on something else. Focused on something else that brought me peace, and I was able to actually. I felt I calmed myself down. So if you guys can get anything out of that, it would be it's my pleasure. I would be honored, if you know, if you were able to get anything out of, this what I just said. So thank you so much, and I will be back later. Blessings.